Hi, Original Soul. Welcome in to this Mind, Body, Spirit reading. We'll add some tarot to the oracle cards that are out from the Soul Journey deck. It seems like an overarching theme related to trust, but with growth, honesty, and failure coming out. So we'll start with growth. There is the mandala on that card. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. All right, so you may be learning something, taking a class, studying in some regard, or you may be more aware about either a personal truth or maybe even when people are lying to you or something like that. Let's see what wants to come out with the tarot. Yeah, Ace of Rods, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. All right, so you could be taking some sort of new action. Like I said, maybe you're taking a new class. You've signed up for something. This could be something that uses your intellect. Could be a very new topic to you. And there's something about the timing of this that is important. Maybe you're making sort of a shift in this time of your life. You can see how, right, there's a hand sort of turning the wheel of fortune here. So that does take action, right? That takes you doing things and things happening. So there's some area that you either are pursuing or growing in. So have you gone back to school or started a class or some kind of program? But it seems like you are definitely taking action towards your growth, towards your expansion. All right, let's see here. We'll move on with honesty. I don't think this card has ever come out, actually. So I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. All right, is that true for you? Sometimes we lie to ourselves actually the most, or we convince ourselves something isn't a certain way or we're not a certain way, and we sort of can shove the truth down. So notice how your body reacts either when you're lying to yourself or even lying to others. And also, like I said at the beginning, you may be becoming more aware of when things are truthful coming from other people. So maybe your body actually starts to have like a physical reaction, and that's your intuition speaking to you, where something just doesn't sit right or feel right. So let's see what wants right away to come out with this. Yeah, with the Devil, which in this deck, this is my favorite card. So this does have to do with something controlling or toxic. Right? Maybe you are in a situation that's controlling and you're kind of convincing yourself it's otherwise. Right? This could be you even partaking in some sort of toxic habit that you maybe need to cut out and cut away so you can kind of shift, right, your path forward, shift into a different kind of aspect of yourself that's more about growth and less about staying stuck. But again, it can be really easy to lie to yourself if you do have some sort of habit that you do too much, whether it's something to your physical body and it's impacting your health. And there could be a little bit of dishonesty there, just coming from within and convincing yourself, no, that's not because of that sort of thing. And again, you may be getting a little more clarity or, signals from your intuition when someone else is kind of in this devil energy, either, lying or manipulating you or something like that. And you may just really feel that, deep down, whether it's a truth or a lie. All right, so really staying in touch with what's going on with your body, maybe cleaning it up a little bit, especially if, right, this devil energy has to do with some of your own behaviors and some of your own patterns that are toxic to your physical body. Right, so really trying to clear some of that out and focus a little bit more on your health and well-being. And whether that's cutting out a habit, cutting out maybe the time you spend with certain people that could have you feeling negative or not great about yourself or drained. Or maybe there's a place. It could be even your workplace or something like that that is just not the best environment. All right, let's see here. From Spirit, we've got a message surrounding failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Do you understand that? I mean, we all know failure never feels good, but it is true, right? That could be a sign that maybe something isn't meant on your path, or it could be a sign that there's some sort of adjustment that needs to be made. So let's say you are maybe taking some sort of course. You know, maybe there was a little bit more studying you could do. Maybe you were partying a little bit too much instead, and then, you know, you end up not getting the results that you wanted. So maybe you can look back and see, you know, what kind of actions could you have taken differently, right? When you think about that to have a different outcome, maybe, again, what could be kind of cut out or changed where you can take more control. So being honest with yourself with that. All right, let's see here with failure, Six of Swords. So this can be about moving away from something like I've just been talking about, right? Maybe there is something that you need to walk away from, cut out, and kind of head towards a new direction or a new path. So really trusting that is true for you, right? Being honest with yourself. It's not always easy to leave something, again, whether that's a long-formed habit, or maybe, you know, a friend that relationship is becoming detrimental, or it could even be someone that you love and care about, right? Friend, partner, or even a family member. But remembering, right, that there's more out there for you, right? If you're in sort of choppy waters right now, this is sailing towards a little bit more peace, a little bit more serenity, something new, something different on the horizon. And that leaving something and putting something to rest isn't necessarily failure, right? That could be the smartest decision that you make. So listen to the stories that you're telling yourself of maybe why you stay in whatever the situation might be. You know, how that, again, are you being honest with yourself about what that is, right? Just because something has been long lasting does not always mean that's the best reason to stay in that same cycle or in that same pattern. And so not looking at that as failure if you do need to make a change and maybe move in a different direction or move on, right? Thinking of that as, okay, that what have you learned from that situation? What can you take with on your journey from your experience, and not really giving a negative connotation to anything, right? It's all experience, whether you perceive it as good or as bad. All right, and so then with trust, like I said, this was an overarching theme here. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. All right? Maybe that is your expectation as well. So if you're finding yourself, again, in a situation that isn't working anymore, there could be some frustration actually there. Like, well, I expected that everything I do is going to work out perfectly, right? So remembering, though, there was a reason you needed to go through this experience. There is something that you're learning from there. And it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't even mean that you were wrong. It might just mean that it was a lesson or an opportunity that you needed to then help with your growth as you move forward. All right, so let's see. That wanted to come out right away. What comes out with trust? King of Pentacles, that your inner voice is guiding you correctly, and accepting that. Now, it can be really hard to discern sometimes between like your intuition versus maybe your ego mind, especially if you haven't worked with your intuition a lot. So starting to accept those nudges, especially if they go a little bit of against what you think in your logical mind. That might be a signal like, wait a minute, I need to look at this a little bit closer or a little bit deeper. So this is definitely nurturing that type of energy when it comes up. Right, this is the richest king in the deck. So whatever your intuition is guiding you, once you start to trust that, right, this is going to bring in some sort of abundance for you, whether it's an abundance of positive energy, it might be an abundance of your health and your well-being, and it could have to do with money. Maybe there is an abundance of wealth, sort of a fruitfulness that comes about when you start to trust, when you start to work with your intuition, when you start to believe that you do know the right path deep down. Yeah, and with the Magician at the bottom of the deck, right, this is manifesting something new. You have all the tools, especially from all the experiences you've been through. Right, so really honoring yourself, definitely honoring and trusting yourself, right, being more honest, right, accepting what you may perceive as a failure as really just something that you've learned, valuable information as you move forward, as you grow. All right, and going out and kind of chasing down that new path, being ready for the next step of your journey. Okay, seems like a really great reading here. So that is what we've got for this mind, body, spirit reading. I really hope there was something here for you. If this clicks with you at all, feel free to leave me a like or even a comment. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, peace.